Happy Sunday fun day. Let's talk law of assumption. Let's talk living in the end. Of course, that is what this platform is based on. You being the creator of your reality. Literally, you are the creator. It's your thoughts literally turn into things. Who cares if you're the thought? Who cares if you're the body? It's what do you want in life? You know, we could talk about everything that you're not, and that's cool. Okay, that helps you get up on an understanding. Yes, this body is a thought. It is an image. It is form. It is the shadow. It's the projection of divine mind. All right. Yes, thoughts. They're eternal, infinite. They never go anywhere. Right. So it's all about you being the operant power. You really do get to decide what thoughts you think. You can learn to master your mind as well as master your emotions. Although, you know, you want to say that, you know, you aren't the cause of the thought. Well, who's the cause of the thought? If you're the operant power and you're all there is, you are consciousness itself, then where would thoughts be coming from? Who would originate or generate the thought? Seeing that you are the power, you are the consciousness that is having the experience. I and my Father are one, right? There's no separation in consciousness. Hey, Amanda, welcome. Too many of us try to still separate and divide when we need to unify and see the oneness of all things. We're too busy talking about what we're not as opposed to saying who we are. We're creators. We are the one that brought all this into being. Are we talking about the personality? No, not the personality. Not Toyia. But consciousness, the I am, the pure consciousness. The being that is wearing the garment that put on the personality known as Toyia. And so now, knowing that you are the creator of your reality and you get to choose the thoughts you think from the infinite number of thoughts that can be, right? You're not creating something or bringing something into existence that isn't already is. It already is. Everything is. It's all about what? Lifting the veil. Having eyes to see, ears to hear. And it all comes to what? Where are you putting your attention? What are you giving your energy to? Are you living the end of your desire? Do you really see yourself as the being that you desire to be? Can you allow your mind to expand and see yourself as already having it? And we think we have to pay for this information. We think we gotta join some $10,000, $15,000, $20,000 seminar or if you listen to a lot of those who we deem as successful in this society, right? It's interesting. Right before I came on here, it was a lady talking about the Kardashians and how they built their billion-dollar empire. I'm going to go watch that documentary. I'd love to see how those who actualize their desires and the mindset they had in order to bring it forward, right? How they, talking about, Kris Jenner and Kim Kardashian, all the Kardashian sisters, and, how they manifested, actualized the type of life they wanted to have, because it is a mindset. Are they talking about they were spending 20 hours a day in transcendental meditation? Possibly not. They were doing things that came to mind, and they got the mindset and did the things that was required to bring what they wanted into their experience, by knowing that imagery and everything is necessary. How you image, what you're imagining in your mind. And I only got a snippet of it based on someone's synopsis of it, but I am going to watch it, and maybe that could be something we could talk about. Let's look at those who are successful in whatever capacity they are. Learn to not judge. Take judgment away from it. You got to be able to see these people and not say that they're good people, bad people. There are no good people, bad people. You should be inspired by others' ability to actualize the life they have desired and gain inspiration from that and see what kind of mindset that they have to bring about their desires, because the world is mental. Everything is about mindset. So yes, we should be able to pick up clues and get and contextualize their experiences and apply it to our lives in whatever capacity we want to experience it. Hello, Altria. Say X left out of the blue after trying again. Is dating someone new 1 week. How do I get him back? You have to, Audrey, you have to stop calling him an ex. He's no longer an ex if you are together. And you imagine the way you want it to be. You have to live in the end. And you can't replay in your mind what caused the breakup. You have to replay in your mind why you are still together. You have to see yourself with him, not with, there is no third party in your reality. In your reality, it's just you and your SP. In your reality, you're the one spending time with him. You're the one talking on the phone. You're the one dating, visiting with you, whether you're with him at his home or he's at your home, right? Get the feeling of what it was like to be in that relationship and think of the good times and make them a current reality now. What emotions are you attaching to the relationship? Right? Because you're attaching, you're having thoughts about the relationship and they're conjuring up emotions. What thoughts are you having that are bringing forth the emotions you're experiencing regarding the relationship? Make the thoughts wonderful and good so that the emotions match it. So one of my success stories is fine. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Amanda. I love that. Thank you. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Amanda. Thank you. Thank you. Right. Fairy tales are beautiful because they actually become your life. This is your fairy tale. This is your wonderland, right? The world is mental. It's not about what's going on out there. It's about what's going on within you. Who cares about what the world got going on? Only care about what you want. We don't care about what other people got going on. Who cares? You should only care what you got going on. That's all that matters. Hey, Mia. Wanting to know how I think about what things. Did I miss a comment from you? Did it get blocked? Hello, I. Yes, the light is within. Hey, Zoe G. I told my husband yesterday we should start focusing on the same outcome to manifest it. Absolutely. Absolutely, Zoe G. Absolutely. Oh, Mia. We're all in here together. We're all helping one another together. You all help me too, because I'd love to hear your success stories as well, and they inspire me as well. Yes, Zoe G, I do think it's a great idea, and most importantly is that you think it's a great idea, right? And all you need to know is that yes, it's good to be on one accord with your mate, but it's not necessary, right? The two that must be in agreement is, or the three strand cord that is not easily broken is me, myself, and I. Greater is he that is in me than he that's in the world. Yes, you can imagine that you and your husband are on one accord and you're in agreement with the desired outcome, but it's not necessary that he be on one accord. It only needs that you believe in it, and then he'll come along. Yep, main character in this story, absolutely. All right, there are no bad people. They're only in states. They're only in states. Hello, I am Tracy. Good morning, Lola. Because here's the thing, it matters not what anyone else thinks. It only matters what you think. And if you think it's a wonderful idea, then guess what? It's a wonderful idea. It doesn't matter what anyone else thinks, because they're never going to see it from your perspective. And too many times we have people trying to tell others what they should and shouldn't do. There is no should or shouldn't. It's just, what do you want? Then do it. Then do that. And be confident. Be bold. That's it. Who cares what other people think? There's only you in the world. There's only you in your world. Everyone else is what? Someone you imagined. You brought them into being based on your beliefs. They're only coming in there to play out the role based on your script. It's your story. It's your fairy tale. It's your Wonderland. It's your Disneyland. It's your movie. It's your stage. It's your game. It's your reality. Use whatever terminology you decide. It's your life. And you get to dictate it. You get to dictate it. Hey, all love. Hey. So every time I join, I just saying to oh, okay. We're on one accord. We vibing, all love. We're in sync. Yes. We're on that same wavelength. I'm saying I love so much that what I desire only depends on me. That's a relief, isn't it? It doesn't matter what anyone else thinks. Yes, living in the end of your desire. Those who know law of attraction, law of assumption know exactly what I'm saying. That when you want to actualize whatever it is, whatever goal you have, whatever desire you have for your life, the end is the beginning. The end is where you begin. You see yourself as already being the person that has the thing. And then guess what happens? The thing appears. So just like before you learned how to drive a car, you had to see yourself driving the car. You had to believe that it was possible to learn how to do it, right? When you got the job that you desired and you've never worked in that field before, you may have went to school and got some credentials and got some degrees, right? But you never actually performed the duties of the position, right? But you saw it in the end. You knew that it was possible. You saw yourself doing whatever was necessary in order to what? Perform the activities or the duties of that position. But we do that with everything in life. We just don't realize we do. We don't realize that we always live in the end. That's natural to us. We think that this life is hard because we're giving new terminology or we're making you become aware of what you've already been doing. That's all. People like me, yourself, we're just helping ourselves remember that we've always been doing this. Now we get to do it purposefully, intentionally. Right? Yep. And do not stress. Hey, dream woman. I just came on. Few minutes. So I don't know where you say you don't know. It doesn't matter. You're back on, right, Zoe? You're back on. It doesn't even matter. You're right back on. You only have the now moment, right? You only have the present now. That's all you have, right? So that's all that matters. You recognize now. People outside of me sometimes seem offended when you are so confident that you don't need validation. Stop seeing them as offended. Nope, they're not offended. They're soaking it up. They're actually inspired by my confidence. So I'm inspired by others' confidence. I'm like, oh, they so bold with it. They're so like, oh, okay, that's the mindset I need to cultivate because they're so bold with it and they just so confident. They just know it. And like, yes, that's what I want to identify with. That's what I'm inspired by. That's an aspiration to reach for, right? So it's just changing how you see your world. We have to stop looking at the world as being against us and see the world as being for us. The world is for you because it's your world and you created it. Why wouldn't it be for you? Hello, Alexa. Thank you. Hey, Keisha, good morning. Hey, all right, all right. Yes, and it's a beautiful one. He said, oh, and hello, other me's. I love that. I love that. Say, how do you release control and just live by faith and not by sight? It really is a practice, dream woman. And you have to say, what does that look like for you personally? To relinquish trying to figure out, thinking that you have to be responsible for other people when all you have to do is responsible is for you and your perspective, right? Because control usually stems for thinking that the situations and people need to be different in order for you to be happy. When you can realize that happiness is me, that I'm happiness. And if I'm happy, then circumstances and people have to show up as happy because I'm the cause. I'm the reason for everything I see. I'm the creator of my experience, right? So if you can come into the mindset that wherever I go, no matter who I meet, everyone is in harmony with me because I'm in harmony with me. I'm in harmony with me. So guess what? Everything else around me has to be in harmony with me, right? And it's about how am I going to decide to look at my world? Am I going to look at my world to continue to judge people as not being in the right state, being negative, being low vibrational, being NPCs, soulless people? Like, the things that people say about others blows my mind, because you're really saying this about yourself, because what? There is no other. They're figments of your mind. You're the one having the thought. Thus, you're the one creating the people that you're talking about. So really, you're creating versions of you. And it's like, that's a disconnect for people. People don't really seem to get that you're the only one thinking the thought in your world. Stop thinking the thought. Stop seeing people as less than. Like, who? If everything is I am, everything is God, how can anything be less than God? Are they in a state? Are they in a certain state? A certain mindset? Yes, they are. But guess what you get to do? You get to imagine them differently. You get to imagine them. You get to see them as God and see they're only in a state and lift them out of the state. That's true forgiveness. That's real love. That's repentance. Having a radical change of mind about the person you're perceiving and forgiving the state, which is forgetting the old version of them, and loving them into the light of the reality in which you desire to perceive them in. It really is all you. And I know that's the part that's like a hard pill to swallow, because we're like, wait a minute. You mean to tell me the low vibrational, mean, rude, nasty person is not them? It's actually me? Yep. That's what I'm saying. They couldn't exist unless you created it. You're the creator. You're the one thinking the thought. If you thought differently, you'd see differently. But you continue to think as people as other than you, as opposed to their reflections of you. Remember, the world is a mirror. And not only is a mirror, it's a magnified mirror. It makes things bigger, expansive. Worry, stress makes your subconscious believe you love the chase and will keep you in a state of, oh, yes, Mia, yes. While being in a state of belief is yours, will have things gravitate. That's it. Thank you, Mia. Love that. While being in a state of belief is yours, will have things what? Gravitate to you. You're the magnet. That's why we tell you, you don't have to know the how. You don't have to try to figure it out. It will naturally be drawn to you. You're the magnet. Yes, because we're always assuming, right? Oh, we're always assuming the world is for me and wants the best for me. Absolutely, because you are the world. You are the children. You are the one who makes a better day. So let's start giving. How are you going to give? You're forever giving in consciousness. You're always thinking that's your giving. So let's start giving. We're saving our own lives. We're saving our own lives, right? You don't need a savior. You save your own life And these songs be telling us. These songs be reminding us of who we are. Yes, they may appear to be talking about something outside of you, but it's not. It's not. It's talking about that's what's within you. Yes, Zoe, yes. You may want like Joe Dispenza, not familiar with that. Oh, you're always manifesting. So what do you want to manifest, Keisha? What is it that you want to manifest? I wanted our home. I drew the pic and we got it. My car, my husband. I found $100 outside buying. Oh, yes, Zoe. Yes, yes. That's beautiful. Love that. Love that, Zoe. Love to hear the success stories. We celebrate. I'm curious why some people wake up and others don't. Just interesting to hear your perspective. Because everybody's on their own path. Everybody's on their own journey. Everyone does wake up at the same time, no? Right? Not in your individualized perspective. There are those who are still asleep and there are those who are still awake. Everything is happening at the same time. It's just the way we're perceiving reality. Right? It's just like not everyone's born on the same day at the same time. Right? According to our linear perspective. Now, from the spirit, everyone exists at the same time. Everyone is awake at the same time. Everyone knows who they are in the spirit. It's just in the physical, this third dimension reality in which we're focusing, what we're giving our attention to, our individualized perspective. In this moment right now, we perceive that there are some who know who they are, and then there are some who don't. It's already done, Keisha. It's already done. It's already done. So are you going to bed winning the jackpot? All right. Are you telling family, or is it going to be a secret? Is it, are you going to be anonymous? Are you anonymous after you've claimed your prize? Are you, are you just getting the feeling of someone congratulating you that, oh my God, Keisha, I cannot believe it. Oh my God, I didn't never know I'd meet somebody that actually won. Oh my goodness, can you believe that? I can believe it. That's why it's happening. But I get what you're saying. Yeah, I know it's hard for you to believe it. It ain't hard for me to believe because I manifested this all. Yes, I believe it, but I get it. It's kind of hard for you to wrap your mind around. And that's okay, because emotionalize it, and because emotions are coming from the thoughts, right? Your feelings are a reflection of thoughts, right? And so you want to image in your mind, the thoughts that you're having regarding it. So you conjure up those feelings of excitement, of joy, or you may just conjure up feelings of relief, like, I knew it was going to happen. Like when you know something, do you have to really be overexcited when you know something's going to happen? Like you've seen the end, you know what it looks like, thank you. Yeah. Cause I knew, I just knew, like, when sometimes you're not overly excited or overjoyed because you knew, you saw the end. It's more like a relief than an overexcitement. But then that relief can bubble up as tears flowing, tears of joy, like a release of that moment coming to fruition and actuality, right? Have fun with it. Don't stress over it. And know that it's already done. Thank you, Zoe. Yes. Say yes, Michael is back. You don't need to make anything happen. You need to be the person who deserves it. That's it. The person who already has it. I use the book Creative Visualization. Oh, nice. I've never heard of that book. After creation, the scripture changes from God to Lord God. I absolutely have no idea. It's basically just saying I am that I am, because Lord and God is I am. The rapture is spiritual, not physical. Many won't even realize they are left behind. The rapture is an individualized experience. It's an individualized experience. The Christ return is within, right? The Christ's return happens within every individual. The awakening, the remembering of who you are. Hey, Chrissy T. Manifesting has been feeling like throwing darts where some things stick and some don't. You have to get to the mindset, Chrissy. It doesn't matter what happens, everything works out. You know, we have to get in the mindset of being happy where we are, because we are is where we're supposed to be, and to be thankful in that space. And stop looking for things to be different to be happy, and just be happy anyway. That's what Abraham Hicks would say, joy is the key. Because I came that your joy may be full, and you don't need things to be full of joy. Yep, the revelation that I am. Oh, Shakti Godwin, is that how your name, Godwin? I think I've heard that name before, but not familiar with the book. We put too much pressure on ourselves to try to get the thing now. And when I say get the thing now, coming from the mindset that you lack something. When we can move out of the state of thinking that we lack anything and know that we already have all things, we'll get out of that pressure and that stress of trying to see everything right now. Like, we want to see everything right now, when in actuality you really don't want to see every thought you think materialize right now. You actually came here to experience the progression of it. That's why we're in form, to experience the progress. Because you could have just remained spirit, and spirit sees everything now. It's already in that absolute form. It's already in that knowing. But the whole reason of coming into form is to experience the progression of things. All your desires are fulfilled. You just have to remember you have them. You just don't see them yet. Yep. Yep. Growing in wisdom, stature, and favor with God and man. Yes, Christy T. Yes. Hello, Marina. Say birds before landing are like an entire flock lately. I just need one man. I just need one man. So yeah, the whole birds before land, I still really don't get it. And I think that's a good thing, because to me it has you looking for your desire as opposed to knowing you already have it. It has you looking for signs, and you always get signs. You want more than just a sign. You want to actually experience the desire. And where do you experience it? In the mind and consciousness. So you've already experienced the desire, because where did you experience it? In consciousness. And then allow it to unfold. Remember to enjoy the journey. I like how, what's his name? What's the teacher that kind of had, he kind of looked like the hippie, and he kind of had the long hair, white guy, kind of had the long hair. Cannot think of his name right now. Oh my goodness. It's not his mind. He had like a little mustache. What's his name? He had the little kind of like long hair. He talked a lot of the Eastern philosophies. But anyway, no, not Bob Proctor. He would say that life was a dance, and I like that analogy. Hey, Artley's classic. Hello, Amori. And with, hello, I love Keisha. And with the dance, it's not about trying to get there. It's about being in the moment, right? Or even when you're listening to the song, it's not about getting to the end of the song, right? Thank you, thank you. It's about, yep, Alan Watts. Thank you, Amanda, right? It's about enjoying the present moment, the present now, right? So if you look at life as a dance, so it's all about the experience. The song is all about the experience. It's not about getting to something, right? It's just about being in the present moment and finding the rhythm and the melodies and the harmony and the beats, right? And the tone. And when we can look at life from that perspective, right? Then we'll get out of the state of the trying to get something. Hey, I am Katie. Hey. Yes, hey. Follow conscious creators here. Yes. And so that gives a different perspective on life, right? When you could just be learning to be in the present moment and to see life as a dance, right? And with a dance, you're practicing it, and you're not, hopefully when you're dancing, you're not judging yourself. Like, you're just doing it because it makes you feel good in the moment. You know, you're just being present. Or when it comes to music, right? Even if you don't know how to sing, even if, like me, like myself, I'm tone deaf, I'm still gonna sing the song though. I'm still gonna have fun with it because it resonates with me. Yes, all love. Yes, thank you, Mia. Thank you. God said what he said, and it was. God didn't say let there be light and worry about how it was going to happen. Exactly. Just said let there be, and it was. No worry, no strain, right? Oh, okay. Yes, you like studying the science of things. And I like listening to those who come from that perspective. What I've come to realize about this life, though, if you're waiting for someone else to confirm and validate your reality, you may be having difficulty in trying to experience it. Because you need to know the science of it. When this walk is mental and it's all predicated on not being to validate it with the senses. That's the whole meaning of faith, is that you believe in something you can't physically see yet. That's what it's all predicated on. That's the premise of this reality. Alan helped me to stop taking life so seriously. He loves the great cosmic joke. Yes. The observer effect of quantum physics. The more you observe a particle, the bigger it gets. Yes. The meaning, the more you focus on something, it forms true. Absolutely. Can you explain when we say validate? Like, if we want success, we have to be it, but we still want it, and people say you don't need validation. Exactly. Validation. Stop looking to others to confirm it. That's what I mean when I say validate. Stop looking for your outside circumstances to validate, to confirm, and stop looking to others to confirm. Stop seeking others' opinion. It's all about, what do you think? Because that's the only thing that matters. What do you think? What is it that you want? Can you see yourself with it? And who cares what other people think? That's what I mean by validation. Who cares what at the moment what my physical world is saying? Because at the moment I'm thinking of my desire, my physical world is telling me, nope, that's not true. Nope, that's not a reality. And you're like, oh, yes, it is. Because the only reality is in my mind. And then it becomes something I can see outwardly. But I have to believe inwardly before I ever see anything outwardly. And so when you're looking for, well, I say I'm rich, but my bank account say I'm poor. So I'm going to believe what I see. I'm going to believe what my bank account says instead of what I say. I'm going to let the 3D, I'm going to let the bank account that says, I don't have enough, to confirm that I don't have enough, as opposed to going within your own mind and creating a reality. And you can just imagine money everywhere. You can imagine your bank account saying whatever number you want it to say. You can imagine that you have everything that you need and never have a penny to your name, because you understand that you're the currency, that you are money itself, because the money that you're in search of was always in you. It is your mind, because it's your mind that creates your experiences. So you can experience traveling without ever having a red cent to your name. You could imagine living in a home that you didn't pay for. You can imagine driving a car that you didn't pay for. And it comes to, do you believe that's possible? Do you believe that it's possible to get a home that you yourself will never have to pay for? Do you believe you can have a car that you never have to pay for? That you can get groceries every month, that you didn't have to physically work a job in order to get groceries delivered to you every month or every week or every day? It's about, what can you believe? Because these things do happen. But it's like, you think, well, I've never seen it. I've never met anyone. I don't believe that's true. Well, okay. That's the limitation you put on you. So continue to create in the world in which you think things have to happen only one way. And when you box yourself in with that reality, you limit yourself. And so this is all about taking the limitations off. And that's why we share our stories with one another. That's why we read other teachers who come before and have left the breadcrumbs behind, saying, well, yes, I can give you story after story after story of those who went in their own mind and saw themselves with it, had no money, and the thing came into their experience. Those who dreamed of money, imagined money, and the money came and they didn't have to work for it. They didn't go get a job. The money came and they whether they met someone that they married into wealth, whether a friend came and gave them, a trust fund to live off for the rest of their life, or whether someone came and gave them a couple of $100,000, or whether they played the lottery, went to the racetrack, went to the casino, whether they walking along and found a diamond and found out that was worth, it's so many ways. And when you can get out of the mindset that you have to work for money, then your world begins to open up even more. When you let go of that mindset that the only way I can get money is I got to work for it. Oh, wow. I am Tracy. Hey, Keisha. So my other social medias are in my bio. I have Instagram, which is royalty_forever. My YouTube is Prosperous Living with Toyia. And I have a Facebook group also called Prosperous Living with Toyia. But all of the links are in the bio. I also have free books too. The link tree in my bio, 3 ebooks that I also offer for free as well. They're biblically based. So others confirm your fears too. So they'll validate that when you'll be stuck in a loop. Yep, then you'll be stuck in a loop. Yep. Yep. Persistence when thoughts pop up that are against what you want, you reject them and affirm your desire. Yep. Yep. That's it. Thank you, Art Leads. So even Paul admits there will be fat times and lean times, and you can still prosper in the end. Yep. That's it. Your faith is the currency. Absolutely. I am rich, I am wealthy, I am safe, I am healthy. Yes, Laura Vore. Yes, yes. Good morning, April. Welcome, welcome. No, I didn't, Laura Vore. I did not do visioning on 111. I did not. It's true. One of my best friends suddenly got a $300 tip from a follower. Ooh. See? There you go. And they just doing what they do. They just doing what they do on social media, right? They just doing something they love, something they enjoy. And then bam. $300. That's what's up. Hey, you mentioned what's happened to me. Ooh, okay. All up. I know I was doing a lot of talking, so I don't even know what specific thing actually happened to you, because I know I was saying a lot of things. Yes, it can arrive in so many ways. Yes. Hello, Monty J. Hello. So I've been watching Timothy Schultz interviews on YouTube about people that manifest the lottery. Yes, April. I watched those too. Happy New Year's, Patrick Millions. Yes, yes. Love the name, Patrick Millions. My brain works like a limitless fairy tale. Anything can happen. Yep, and that's what we have to reconstruct our minds, right? Reconstruct. Think again, construct again what you accept as a possibility. That there are infinite ways, infinite potentialities, right? Infinite possibilities, right? We are limitless beings. We can experience anything that we will allow ourselves to believe. And believe just means to accept. What are you willing to accept about life? I know a lot of people think believe means to guess, and it doesn't, because a lot of times when we use certain words in our English language, we use them in a way that was not intended in scripture, right? Because we keep changing the meanings of words over time, right? We know those in the AAVE world, right? We take words and give different meanings to them all the time. And of course, here in American Standard English, we also call things slang, right? We come up with slang as well. So we're always giving meaning, the different meaning to words. That's why some people will say, it's not so much about the words, it's the intent, it's the consciousness behind the words you're saying. It's the meaning that you're giving it that matters. Because yes, your word is powerful. The death and life are in the power of the tongue. But you have to mean what you say and say what you mean, right? Mean what you say and to say what you mean. And so don't double speak. Don't be double-minded. Hello, user 433. Right? So if you're actualizing wealth in your world, the way to be double-minded is to always talk about how you don't have enough, but yet call yourself wealthy. That's double speak. That's double-mindedness. How we wealthy, we have more than enough, then complaining about how much food costs, how much gas prices are, how much rent has increased, how much mortgage has increased, how much property taxes have increased, how much utility bills. But you're wealthy, but you have more than enough. That's double speak. You're actually neutralizing your desire, your belief in wealth. Or you're claiming healing in your body. right? Did I say hi to day 9? I can't remember right once I'm doing talking. But hey. Yep, you can speak to spirit and how you naturally talk. Slang, AAVE, yep. It understands you. Absolutely. Because this is an intelligent, right? It is intelligent. It is the wisdom of the ages, right? The spirit within you knows what you mean by what you say. Really knows what you mean, right? Knows that, and you know, right? Be not deceived. God is not mocked. Whatever you sow, you reap. So the God within you, your own spirit, your own consciousness knows if you're saying something out of fear or if you're saying something out of faith. If you're saying something from an anxious perspective or if you're saying something from a loving. If you're believing it because you know this to be true or whether you're saying it because you're guessing. Because you don't really know, and you're kind of fearful and doubtful, and you're kind of like, yeah, but, ain't no yeah, but. There's no yeah, but. Let your yes be yes, and let your no be no. Just let your yes be yes, and let your no be no. Right? Right, different languages. Because spirit only speaks what? Faith. You either have faith that it will happen or you have faith that it won't happen. That's what spirit speaks. Because it is always done unto you as you believe. That's the language of spirit. The language of spirit is belief. It is your faith that makes you whole. It is always done unto you as you believe. And if you believe it can happen, then guess what? It will not happen for you. Even if you don't understand that foreign language, yep, the subconscious knows, yep, because if you were ever in church, you might have saw people talking in tongues, the ones receiving just trust it. I don't know if they was actually speaking in tongues, all of. They was speaking something. I don't know if it was tongue. They was... Because they say if you speak in tongues, you got to have a translator. Somebody's supposed to, because how's it edifying to the church if no one understands what you're saying? If you're speaking over people. Like what? It's not edifying if I can't identify with what you're talking about. Because tongues isn't about gibberish or some heavenly language. The heavenly language is speaking in truth and in love. That's the heavenly language. It's not about some yabba dabba do. That's not, no. Like, that's not, that's, no. To speak in other tongues, to speak in the language of the spirit is to what? Speak in love. Because your first tongue was based in fear. Your other tongue, the heavenly language, is love. Love. You had a fear-based mindset. You spoke in fear and doubt and limitation. The heavenly mind, the heavenly tongue, the other tongue is now in love and possibility and unity and kindness and compassion. Right, just gibberish. I actually passed the point you just made and he couldn't answer me. Right, April, right. Because a lot of us are doing just what other people told us and we're having no understanding. No understanding. Just doing what other people said. Grand Rising, Red Mama. Yes, I glazed. Yes. Yes, I was in Church of God in Christ. Yes, I thought I was speaking in tongues too. I was told that I wasn't saved because I didn't speak in tongues. It depends on what church you were in, Lola. because not every denomination of Christianity believes in speaking in tongues. There are many, many denominations that do not speak, that do not teach that. It was the Pentecostal churches, that taught the speaking in tongues. I learned that speaking in other tongues is speaking to people at their consciousness level. Yes, yes. You've been in some of those churches, Ray and Mama? Yeah. So I don't follow anything I can understand. You too, I Glaze. How are you, I Glaze? Hello, young boy Tristan. So what do people be saying? Are they channeling something else? No, they've convinced themselves that language is a heavenly language, but it's a deception of the mind, right? We can get the mind to believe anything. And I say deception is you created that reality for yourself, but it really didn't bring a change for anyone. It didn't really bring about love and kindness and the fruit of the spirit. If you go and look at a lot of these people that claim to have the Holy Spirit and the evidence speaking in tongues, you won't see the fruit. You'll have a hard time seeing the fruit of their life being based in love and kindness and joy and peace and goodwill, because the church is about fear mongering. It's about manipulation. It's about control. So it will be impossible those things just don't go together. Thank you, Layla. Thank you so much. Those two things just don't go together. Because you can operate in fear and then call it love. No. Those are opposing views. Thank you. Thank you, Belle. Thank you. You start out in the holiness church too. Say the words you speak are confirmation for me. Oh, thank you, Art Lees. Yes, thank you. Now I see the light language coming from the New Age crew. Yeah. Hey, for research. Hello. Thank you. Say pass the plate, huh? Hey, 10. Even the prophets tell me in 21 days you get your answer. In 21 days. Hey, if you believe it. So I used to imagine myself calibrating with my favorite rapper, Tech 9. And ooh, that is beautiful. Thank you, Layla. Hey, Wolf, what's happening? You're back again. Great to see you. All right, Troy, we love that. Wow! Yes, we celebrate all success. Wow! Amazing. Right, the answer is now. Say that again. Thank you so much, Layla. The answer is now. It's repetitive babble. Yep, the confusion. Yeah, I noticed the message is always fear from tongue speakers. I grew up in Pentecost. Yeah, I didn't grow up in it, but I did join it in my late 20s. Hello, Chief Naji. Speaking in tongues gave me an emotional high, but I didn't get results from it. Right, Eye Glaze, right. You're welcome. Gratitude is forever the attitude. That's it. Yep. Your attitude determines your altitude. So be high in appreciation. Be high in thankfulness. Be high in gratitude. I'll always imagine the best in everything. Imagination is God. That's the part. Imagination is God. There is no being outside of you granting you your request. There is no being outside of you saying, oh, you're such a good little boy, or you're such a good little girl. Let me give you this. God ain't no Santa Claus. God ain't trying to see who's been naughty and who's been nice. It's the faith that causes your reality to be what you desire for it to be. Thank you, Chief Naji. I get excited when I come across people with this revelation, which isn't often. Oh, thank you, Layla. Thank you. Oh. Everybody say hey to Wolf. He loves my platform. He always comes by. He always comes by and spreads his love, spreads his light. And we appreciate you being here. No, I'm not on Lemonade. Are you on there, Layla? Is it anything like TikTok? But I heard Lemonade is owned by the same company that makes TikTok. Oh, nice. Well, you can't save me. You can only save you. And here's the thing, though, was so interesting, right? We as a collective, we would like to desire that TikTok remains, right? We would love to see TikTok remain, but so too many of us speak about it going away. So then, how could it stay if our focus is on not having the platform, when our focus should be on having the platform? Right? But too many of us are giving our energy to what the government said, but we are the government, and the government is a reflection of the people. So if the people really had the desire to keep this platform, we would keep it. But the collective consciousness believes that they don't have power, the government does, right? So it's like, well, the government says so, I guess we just gonna have to roll with what the government talking about. When if you understood the power of mind and would see what you wanted to see and believe in that reality, we could create the reality that the platform saved. But we getting too many videos of people saying that it has went bye-bye. That it's no longer. I'm like, oh, that's not, if that's not what you want, then that's not what you should speak. You should actually speak as though it's still here. So I had to check myself too, because I'm like, well, people are like, well, where are you going to go? What platform are you going to? I already use YouTube, right? Everyone knows that they can go to YouTube and rewatch these lives, can catch any TikTok lives that you miss. You can go to YouTube to watch it, right? So, but I'm like, should I even be planning not to be on TikTok? If I truly desire to still be on TikTok, why would I be planning not to be on TikTok? Points to ponder. I said that this morning. Hopefully more of us that wanted to stay are the majority speaking that. Yes. Yeah, outsourcing power. So I was saying the same thing. The collective conscious don't know how to manifest. So exactly, people are feeding into it and so focused on it. I'm not talking about it or expected it. Right, Mia, right. Say, I'm not downloading Lemonade 8, huh? Oh, thank you, Layla. Hopefully we outnumber those speaking that it's going away. I don't think it is. Yeah, I don't think it is either. I always say TikTok ain't going nowhere when people bring it up and keep it moving, right? But shouldn't the ones who know how to manifest. Yep. Hey, Aaron. Hey. I am the ultimate power. Yes. Hey, Awakening Radiance. Hey. There's been apps they say have deleted, but I still got them. Ooh, nice. There you go. Say, I downloaded it just to have fun with it. Oh, you downloaded Lemonade 8? Say, and they keep updating too. All right. There you go. There you go. There you go. Hello, Melanie. What does it mean if you are confused about whether you want your manifestation or not? Confused mean if you're double speaking. Are you saying you want it, but then you talk as though it's not there, right? Or you talk from the old state as opposed to speaking from the new state. So I give examples like you want to be promoted on a job, right? That's what you say you want. But when you speak of it, you says, oh, it's so many candidates. Oh, I don't have the credentials. Oh, I don't know how it's going to happen. Oh, I always get looked over. Oh, like you're speaking against the desire. So you're confused. You're double speaking. You're saying you want it, but then you're talking as though you'll never get it or that you don't have it. Living in the End says, I have to speak as though I'm already that person, that I already have the promotion, that the job is already mine. I don't care how many people apply for it. I don't care what credentials they say. That's none of my business. I say I want it, therefore I have it. Yep, speaking contrary to what you want. What's wild is I was so animate to delete TikTok. Now I'm saying this. I know, right? Amanda. I always say I love TikTok. When I got on here, I was like, oh my goodness, I love this app. I love TikTok. It's about a person. I want him and have done the work, but now that I'm calmer and more stable, I'm not sure if he's the one. Oh, okay. So that's not being confused. That's a change of mind. You're in a different state. That's why we say when it comes to manifesting SPs or anything you want, but let's stay on SP, but this applies to everything that you desire. You must change your self-concept because it's not about them. It's about you. It's about who do you say I am. And when you put the focus on you, you get more clear about what you actually want. And then you start to see, oh, yeah, I don't know if I even really like that person or like the thing I thought I desired. Your manifestations change, your desires change when you start to focus on you, when you start to change your self-concept. It's just giving you more clarity of what you truly desire to experience. Hola, Joe Bobby, hola. Rewriting is still getting me for a loop. If I see the end and talk as if it's done, then the rewrite seems like the time wasn't right. It's not about time. Take time out of it. It's about what do you want. That's all that matters. It is not about time. You only have now. The focus should only be on what is it that I want and see yourself with it. That's the only criteria. It's the only requirement you need. I've heard this many times, Melanie. I've heard this many times. Once you put the focus on you, and once you start loving on your self-concept, then you be like, oh, it either makes you gravitate more towards the SP or makes you change your desire, makes you look at things a whole lot differently. But the choice is still yours. There's no wrong or right. You have the right to repent, which means to change your mind about it. That's the beauty of this life. You're not stuck with any decision. You're not stuck with any experience. You really do get to make it over. You really do. Hello, Julie. So I'm kind of stressed with Valentine's coming up. Don't know what SP is doing or who he's with. Okay, so for Valentine's Day, are we manifesting that we're with SP and he's doing everything with you? You got to change your focus. There is no other. There's no other person. It's just you and the SP. So where y'all going out for Valentine's Day? What do you want Valentine's Day to be? How do you imagine Valentine's Day? And here's the thing, don't try to focus too much on how you end up back together. You're imagining you're already back together. And your SP has told you it's a really good surprise. It's going to be an amazing date, an amazing time. And you're just giddy about this amazing date, this amazing time. But you're not trying to figure out when the SP is going to ask you, when the SP is going to reach out to you, how it's going to happen. No, because you're already together. And so you're already planning this wonderful Valentine's Day. And since you're already planning it, it's already a thing. That's where you're living from. That's the end you're living from. Well, stop calling them negative thoughts. I'm having thoughts that I no longer agree with, and so I decide to change them. The easiest way to let go of negative thoughts is to stop judging them as negative. That's the easiest way to let them go. When you stop giving them a label, stop categorizing them as wrong or right, good or bad. Just say they're thoughts that I no longer identify with. I no longer align with those thoughts. You'll see how easy it is to let them go when you stop calling them negative. They're just thoughts. Stop giving them a category. Say, lately I've been grateful for our relationship in the past and the time. Oh, yes. That's beautiful. Yeah, the subconscious mind has all thoughts available. It doesn't know if it's negative or not. Yep. There's no good or bad. Only thinking makes it so. Only thinking makes it so. So if you would stop thinking that it was wrong to think this way, why is it wrong to think this way? It's habitual. You're doing it out of habit, but it's not wrong. It's just a habit. So now guess what you have to do? Change the habit. That's it. How do you change habits? You practice it. So now you have to practice the mindset you want to have without judging the latter. Oh, you're welcome, Wheels World. Hey. Hello, Lisa. Yes. The Bible says that unless you become like a child, you'll never enter the kingdom of heaven. Yeah, you got to have that childlike mindset. Children use their imagination. Yes. Imagine what you want to see. Imagine what you want to be. And practice it. Practice, rehearse, persist, persevere, be steadfast. All saying the same thing, right? All mean the same things. Okay, Julie, well, guess what you can do? You can revise. Actually, my SP and I did not have an argument. Actually, the day after Christmas, that never happened. Actually, the day after Christmas, we never got into an argument. See, if you can revise, because you didn't like that outcome, right? You didn't like it. You didn't like the argument. You don't like the result of it. So guess what you get to do? Rewrite the script. You get to change your reality and say, actually, we're in a great place. And that argument I thought we had never took place. It never took place. And I know it works because I've done it. Many people have heard me tell the story about the argument with the cousin. Many of you have heard me tell that story. So I know that you can revise, and I've used it other times, man, but that was probably one of the biggest, not biggest, I won't say big or small, but that was me proving to myself that I could imagine that something didn't take place and saw the results of me saying that it didn't happen and seeing that my reality changed as a result of me saying it never happened. So go back to the day after Christmas. See where you were at, imagine it, and say, well, actually, I never responded to him. Actually, he never said that. Actually, that's not what took place. We actually kissed and hugged and said goodnight, and we'll see each other. And however you departed for that day. I don't know if you live with your SP or your SP lives in another state. However it was, you spent Christmas together. Day after Christmas, you're having a conversation. You can really remember, and you just got to practice it. You got to practice remembering the conversation as you would have liked it to have went. And most of the time, you just would have liked that you weren't reactionary, that you didn't, give into the conversation that led to the argument. Yep, they pretend, make believe. Hey, focus man. Say, if I have the conscious of love and my SP has a low conscious of hate, don't think we will connect. So stop saying that your SP has a low conscious of hate. Is you're thinking that about them, so guess what? They're expressing that to you. If you thought differently about them, they express something differently. Because not everybody is seeing your SP the way you're seeing them. You're seeing them from that state. And if you would just see them from that state, and who cares? And let's say everybody else did agree with you. Everybody else is saying this about your SP. That doesn't have to be your experience. You get to experience your SP differently just by what? Thinking differently about them. Because you're a loving, conscious person. So are they. Because why? They're your reflection. Yes, Tay. Yes, I'm married. How long have I been on this journey? Since 2018. People listen to everything they're saying if you really want to change your life. Oh, thank you, Arlise. Thank you. Oh, yeah. Oh, thank you, Layla. Hey, best friend. Hey, Queen of Manifesting. Hey, Sheila. You can't do that, Julie. You can't. It has already changed. Where did it change? In your mind. I know it to be true. And you have to say that the argument never took place and we're experiencing a great Valentine's Day together. The argument never took place and we're experiencing a great Valentine's Day together. I am happily and blissfully married to my SP because I love myself. Yes, 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 yes. Hey, 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 I'm doing awesome. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Yes, Noni's Law, hello, starts in the mind. You get to choose your thoughts. You get to what? Create your reality. We really are creators, and we really do get to create our own reality. Yes, manifestation is instant. When my hopeful, loving thoughts about another person change the decision they make. This is when it comes to no one has free will in your reality. Their decisions are based on your conception of them. You're in a relationship with them, right? Which means you're in a relationship with yourself because they are you. They're just a projection of what you believe a relationship looks like. You have certain beliefs regarding relationships. You have certain beliefs regarding one another's role in the relationship. So your relationship is playing out based off your script, your inner beliefs. So the question you have to ask yourself is, what do I believe about relationships? because that's what I'm going to experience. So do you believe relationships are a struggle and hard, and people manipulate and you always have to compromise? Like, is that how you view relationships? Or do you view relationships as ease and flow and love and joy and peace? And I love everything. I like their quirks. I love the way they talk. I like the way they communicate. I love their talents, their gifts, everything they offer to the world, just like I love everything about me. I love my talents, my gifts, what I offer to the world, my quirks. I love my personality. I love their personality. I don't need them to change in order for me to be happy. I love them just the way they are, and they are awesome. They some beautiful people. Oh my goodness. Are we accentuating the great things about them? Or are we nitpicking every little thing that's different to how we do things? We have to remember, we're not creating clones of us. When I say everyone you is pushed out, I'm saying you need to be able to see the best in others just as you see the best in you. I'm not saying you're making a robot or a clone of yourself. My husband I call him a jack of all trades. He fishes, he hunts, he builds things with his hands. He works for a dealer that sells construction equipment, and he repairs the equipment, right? He's funny and silly, and he's outdoorsy. I never went camping before I met my husband. Never went fishing before I met my husband. I'm more sports oriented, which means I love football. He can take it or leave it, but he'll watch it with me because he loves me. I'll go fishing and I never went hunting with him, but I'll go fishing and camping with him because I love being with him. I love enjoying him. I love seeing him in what he does. Do we have the same exact mindset when it comes to everything? No. But we can appreciate one another. And that's what it's about. Appreciating the life that you've created with the other. Experiencing the moment with one another. Hey, Lux Vision. Say, that's the good news. The gift that keeps on giving. I feel like I'm manifesting my OSP back in a crazy way, but I haven't been able to do it again. Ooh, so I got frustrated and stopped for over a year, and now I'm recently trying to get back into it. And just having a little trouble staying consistent. I find myself indulging in the thoughts I no longer. Yeah, the thing is, Julie, is that the self-concept is key. What's your self-concept about you? Because that's what matters. Too many times we put we're putting too much effort into trying to change people instead of putting the effort in our own self-concept. Just seeing ourselves differently, right? Seeing ourselves as understanding and compassionate, easy to get along with, and a joy, and just loving life, enjoying where we are, enjoying what we're doing, like just pouring into us. We spend so much time thinking of the other. And then when we think of the other, we're not even thinking of them in a good light. We're thinking about all of the negative things, quote unquote negative things, right? We're thinking of all the unwanted things. Let's say that, not negative. The unwanted things. The things we don't want to be seen, the things we don't want to. And that's what we're putting all of our attention on. And then we're wondering why we keep experiencing the thing we were experiencing. You know why you're experiencing it. Because you're giving your attention to it. If you didn't give your attention to it, it couldn't still be present in your reality. But if we would just turn the mirror on us, look ourselves in the mirror, and decide, who do I say I am? Who do I say I am? I'm in an amazing relationship with an amazing person, and we're just enjoying life together. We're experiencing life together. And I don't need them to be different for me to be happy. I accept everything about them just as they accept the things about me. I love their gifts and talents that they bring into this experience just as much as I love the gifts and talents that I bring into this experience. So thank you for sharing the good news that you are God and nothing's outside of you. Yes, user 433. Yes. Yes. Hey, Cheerwine. Remind me to never try to manifest an SP ever again. The universe said to me, nope, for the best, I think. Oh, wow. Oh, that's funny, Cheerwine. No one says nope. You said nope, but that's okay. Do you think it's possible that I'm just not into the old version of him anymore? I think, here's what I know, Melanie. You're experiencing your thoughts of him. What are your thoughts? Because that's what you're experiencing. How do you perceive the SP? That's what you're experiencing. Because if you experience the SP differently, then your experience with the SP would be different. It's just really that simple, because your thoughts literally create your reality. Is your thoughts about the people, places, things, ideas in your world that you get to experience? So that's what you have to ask yourself. And is the old, and you're saying the old version, is the old version something in an unwanted version? Like, what's the old version? I believe people who choose to be on the same conscious will connect same frequency radio station. So, focused man, do you accept that no man can come to you unless your consciousness draws them into you? That you're the reason why the people are in your world, that you're the reason, not for anything else other than you're the reason they're there? Or do you think they're of their own volition, that they came there because they chose, or because you chose them? Because that answer means everything. Attempts to manifest a better version of him, but he got worse. But guess need better self-concept. Chillwine, that's because in order for a shift to happen, sometimes things appear to get worse. But that's because you're looking for your 3D to confirm your reality. That's outside in. The inside confirms the out. The out does not confirm the in. You're needing proof of a change before you will believe in the change. You're supposed to see the behaviors is an old state dying off. There's a shift taking place. That's why it appears to get work, because there's a shift taking place. But you thought it was something bad or wrong, as opposed to, oh, there's a shift taking place. He's changing. But you saw the change as bad, as opposed to seeing the change. It's just a change, an experience. We have to stop judging it as good or bad. We have to start seeing that it's a shift taking place. And sometimes when shifts take place, it appears to get worse before it gets better. But it's just a shift. So when a thought I no longer want to entertain comes up, I just observe it and reaffirm it. Absolutely. Fingered black hole. Yes. Yes. Like the name. You can recreate SPs. You're not recreating anything. You're changing your thoughts about them. The only thing you're changing is your thoughts. The SPs are thoughts made manifest. The SP is a thought made manifest. The thought is literally showing up as a person. That's how you have to think about it. The people in your world are your thoughts brought to form. You imagine them into being. Imagine it differently. As your awareness changes, your desires can change also. Yep. As your awareness expands. Hey, Tay, you think I can manifest a canceled show coming back? Yep, you have to stop saying it's canceled. It's no longer canceled. Lately, I've been having memories of how bad things were after we broke up. He became a completely different person in the relationship. He was so caring and kind and supportive. Okay, so now it's time to think of him as you want him to be. Think of him as the loving, kind, and supportive person that loves you, that supports you. Yes. The only reason why he changed is because your thoughts about him changed. You started feeding into the unwanted, and then it came. Now, here's the thing. We be self-sabotaging in our relationships because we deem ourselves unworthy. The only reason why the relationship changed is because, like you said, you allow bad memories to come forth. You created it based on your perspective. You said they were bad memories as opposed to saying they were just experiences in a state that I was ignorant of. I didn't know that my thoughts create reality. And so during those times of bad situations, we have to look at our life as stop judging them. It's not bad, it's not good. It was just an experience. It gave you more clarity to what you really wanted. You really wanted someone who was kind and who supported you and who showed real love to you. But you didn't give energy to that. You gave energy to what you didn't want, which is why thus you created the form and a person known as your SP to reflect back to you the thing you didn't want. Why? Because that's what you were giving your attention to. Yep, I learned that I don't need to be trying to do anything. Surrender to reality is do deal. Yep. That's it. Yes, my conscious draws them to me, but my SP isn't on the same loving conscious. My hopeful, loving thoughts doesn't affect her decision. Yes, they do. Here's the thing, focus, man. You have to not see her as an addict. Remember, I was just talking about how we're labeling things, how we're categorizing things. She's having an experience with whatever she's addicted to, right? Whether it's alcohol or drugs, right? Whatever her choice of yearning for, right? Because she's really yearning to know who she is and thinks that the answer is found in those things. And it's just an experience. And you can choose to see her experiencing other choices. It's really your thoughts about her that you're perceiving. Truly, if you thought differently, if you really from the loving state forgave, which means is to forget the state that she's currently expressing and truly lift her up in consciousness and see her loving herself. We're not even going to focus on her choices. We're going to focus on the love. That she truly loves herself. She's choosing herself. She's choosing to be kind to herself, to be patient with herself, to be understanding with herself. That she's truly loving her because she loves her. Why? Because you love her. As scripture says, we love him because he first loved us. We love him because he loves us. He shows us what love is. And you are the I in that scripture. My SP loves me because I first loved her. I loved her enough to see her differently. To pick her up out of the miry clay and this experience that she finds herself in, that she's being dominated by, and believing that she's going to choose herself. Now, here's the thing. You can't get caught up in this concept of time. You can't then start to be like, well, it's taking so long, or how long is this going to play out, or why is she doing it? No, we're not going to analyze it. We're not going to criticize it. We're not going to judge it. We're just going to live from the state that she loves herself, and she's choosing herself, that she's choosing to love her. That's it. We're not getting into no time like, is this going to take a year? Is this going to take 6 months? Nope. We're not, because it's all happening now. But we're going to allow it to play itself out. And it may appear to get worse before it gets better. Why? Because there's a shift taking place. But I don't know what the process will look like. And the thing is not to judge the process. Don't judge the process. But truly, can you see her differently in your mind and persist in seeing her differently? Saying, getting in the habit of relaxing your body to help reset your nervous system. Yes. Is my awareness expanding my regret of the past decisions grew? Nope, no regret. That's the awareness that needs to change. Living in the state of believing that you did something wrong. You did the best you could with the information you had, and you need to give yourself grace. We beat ourselves up too much. Can we please give ourselves grace and understanding? Because that the spirit does not, your spirit, your higher self consciousness is not judging you in that way. So stop it. Stop judging yourself for making decisions based on the old state. You had a state of fear. How else could you have made the decisions you made? Of course your decisions were fear-based because you were programmed in fear. So how could you have chose anything differently? You couldn't have. But guess what you get to do now? You get to what? Forgive. You get to see it from a totally different perspective, which also means to repent. You get to change your mind about your experiences and see them just as experiences in a state of sleep. You didn't know. How you gonna condemn yourself for something you didn't know? Yep, Melanie, yep. And really put your focus on how you feel in relationship within him, and then how blissfully, yep, he is with you. That's it. Think maybe you would probably not have another romantic relationship, but letting go of this SP. It's your choice. No right or wrong, Cheerwine. What is it that you want? What is that you want to do? Yep, don't judge the state she's in. Simply choose a new state for her to enter into. That's it. Yep, feels good to let go. Yep. For the Valentine's thing, do you think I should bring it up to him and ask him, what are we doing? Nope, do nothing. Do nothing. Why do you need to ask him when it's already done? There's nothing to do but be. Be still and know. Be still and know. I truly believe Neville said they could connect to an SP to tell someone that they want what they want to hear. Yep. Yep. Say very true. I have forgiven myself for not knowing better back then. Yep. Do nothing. Living it in as if it's done. That's it. It's already done. So what is there to do? It's already done. There's nothing to do but be still. Yep. Only choose the state of the wish being done. That's it. Well, focused man, you're right. If you don't believe it, then it can't happen. You are exactly right. If you don't believe it, then it won't happen for you. That doesn't mean it isn't true for other people. It just means it won't be true for you. It just means that will be your experience. That's all it means. Everything is always done to us as we believe. So if you don't believe in the possibility, then you won't see the change. If you think it's impossible to perceive someone differently, then what option then do you have to just to accept what they're doing? Just accept what they're doing and don't judge them and love them. Saying for 1 year she was manifesting, 1 year later he's clean and has a job. There you go. Yes, yes. Whatever you decide, you will always be right. Yep. So in between, there was drama, etc., but she never gave up. That's it. You have to persist. You cannot allow circumstances to dictate. You cannot give power to the 3D. The 3D is just the world of effects. It never is the cause. And it will appear that there's still life in the old state. But remember, I compared the old state to having a chicken with its head cut off or cutting the head of a snake off. The form, the body will run around and feel like it still has life. But once you cut off the head, there is no life in the body once the head is cut off, right? So it is with the old state. Once you stop giving your attention to it, it dissipates. Sometimes it is a slow death, and sometimes it's a quick one. The key is not to give your energy to old states, not give your energy to the 3D. How do I believe though? I've tried manifesting things I have no resistance to and nothing. Here's the thing, Julie. You're always manifesting. And the reason why you didn't see your manifestation, one, you were probably looking for it. You can't find something you don't think is there. You'll never see it. And the other is you didn't believe. And you haven't persisted. Once you stop looking for it and accept that it's there, persist in the reality of it, it makes itself seen to you. It makes itself seen. But if you're looking like, where is it? Where is it? Where is it? You're mentally telling yourself, it's not here, it's not here, it's not here. So guess what you're physically doing? Not seeing it, not seeing it, not seeing it. You have to train yourself to live from within. It is a practice though. You have to make a choice. You have to choose who you will serve. Will you serve the reality in mind or the reality out there? You've been choosing to serve the reality out there. I need you now to choose to serve the reality within here. And here's the thing, this is how you know you believe. You really just naturally stop looking for it. It's just a natural thing that occurs. When you know you have something, you no longer look for it. It's just a natural expression. You just stop looking for it. Oh, yes. And I'll give an example. This was years ago before I knew manifesting. You're right. Here's the thing. We've always been manifesting, right, Dream Woman? We've always been doing it. This isn't something new to us. We just now are learning how to do it wisely, purposefully, intentionally. So I'm going to make a video today about the difference between choosing and deciding. Oh, okay, Lux Vision. Say, all right, user 828. You say this is the kind of church I like. Welcome. Hey, KJX. Oh, you're welcome. I wanted to be with an ex and he never came back. And then when I kind of was like, okay, well, what day he'll come back, was engaged and came back but rejected him. That's why things usually come out of nowhere that we ask for when we're not thinking about it. Yep, when we're not thinking about it. Say, because you're telling yourself the story of it didn't work, so it didn't. That's it. But like it's in the back of your mind, but we're not like fearful, obsessed. We almost forget. Yep, dream woman. Law of assumption is really like the law of meditation, simply bringing your mind back to it being done. Yes. There is no fiction. No fiction. Prayer, manifesting, enchantments, spells, curses, wishes, voodoo, summonings, incantations. Fiction. Natural is breathing. Yep. It's not of nowhere. You just finally allowed yourself to detach and trust. Not out of nowhere. It stems from what? Your beliefs. Yeah, all those things work. Excuses, you assume it to be true. Yep. When I say there's no fiction, I mean everything happens according to your belief about it. So there is no fiction. Everything happens as a result of an assumption, a belief. What you may call fact. You can call it a fact. Yes, it does. This whole world is make-believe. We make everything up. You know all those rules and laws and regulations we have that we call the government? Yeah, those are made up. We made those up. And then the rules, regulations, and principles that we make up, if they feel like you don't have to observe them or abide by them, then you don't. We have rules and regulations for depending on who you are, whether or not you'll be quote unquote punished for them or not. These rules and regulations and laws that we have are subjective. It depends on the moment, the circumstance, whether they apply or not. But the law that never changes, the law that is immutable, is the law of belief. If you don't believe that a law applies to you, like truly believe that, and we see that in our world every day, that certain laws don't apply to certain people, and then laws only apply to other people. Yeah. Laws are subjective. It believes on it's only predicated on the belief of the individual. And sometimes the collective, because most of the collective is fear-based. So they fear what man can do to them. So they experience what man can do to them. Lisa said, let's not give this attention again. Use the AT-way, and that's only because you didn't know that you didn't have to accept it. How can I see something that seems far-fetched, like 0 sales 2000s without resistance? Through meditation, dream woman, are you going to sleep believing that you already have the thousands of sales? Are you actually living in the state, in the end state? Are you actually imagining that you have this? Are you going to sleep? Are you meditating? Like when you think about your business, how are you thinking about your business? Are you thinking about the fact that you don't have sales? Are you thinking about that how many sales you have regardless of what your 3D is telling you? Regardless of what your circumstances are showing you, can you imagine that you actually have the sales? so people stay in place. Say, just like credit, capitalism created money that doesn't exist. There you go. It's all fiction if you really do the research. Yep. What is money based on? It's backed by what? Belief. Because they said it's not backed by gold. But even when it was backed by gold, that was still a belief. We gave value to gold. Gold in and of itself has no inherent value, has no intrinsic value. We give it value. We say it's worth this. We come to that agreement that this is valued and this isn't. This has worth and this doesn't. This person's life is more valuable than this person's life. This person's particular occupation is more glorious than this particular, occupation. Like, we value things for whatever reason based on our own personalized perspective or individualized perspective. So you realize it's all for Fugazi, and it only applies to you if you believe it. Yep. 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 Many don't believe. Yep. Because they only want attention just to hear being. One thing we'll say is, what would it feel like when I have all the sales? Yes, yes, yes. That's why I say you have to get in that relaxed state, dream woman. And here's the thing, you saying you don't believe it. You actually do believe it. Because believe just means to accept. The moment you started talking about it was the moment you started accepting it. Now you must persist in this belief. You're not persisting in the belief. It's not that you don't believe it. You're not persisting in it. You're not making it real to you. You're not rehearsing it. You're doing it one time, and then if it didn't work, you're saying, I don't believe it. I don't believe it because, you did it 1 or 2 times, maybe 5 times. And because your reality didn't change on the outward, you're saying the inward isn't true because you're not seeing it on the outside. But if you persist on the inside, accepting that, yes, the sales are there. Yes, it's there. And here's the thing. You cannot despise the day of small beginnings. You cannot despise the seed. The seed is usually very small, right? Every seed that you ever plant in the ground will always start off very small, minuscule, compared to what it develops into in comparison of what it produces, right? So your seed that you're planting of thousands of sales, it may start off with, you get 1 or 2 clients here, 3 or 4 sales there, 10 sales there. Are we not going to be appreciative for the 1 sale and say thank you? Or are we going to be like, man, it's only 1 sale. Why couldn't it have been 10 sales? See, if you're having that mindset, you're delaying the manifestation. In all things, give thanks. In all things. So are you giving thanks for when you get the 1 sale, when you get the 2 sale, if it ends up being 5 sales, or are you saying, ooh, on our way to 1,000K, on our way to 2,000K, on our way to 3K, on our way, I don't know why I'm saying 1,000K, I mean, on our way to 1K, on our way to 2K, on our way to 5K. Yes, yes, on my way, because it's already done. It's already done. It's right. It's already done. It's already done. But you have to be able to give thanks for the small things, for the little bit. You got to be able to for the beginning. Give thanks. In all things, give thanks. In all things. Are we giving thanks in all things? Because the more you give thanks for all things, you'll have more things to give thanks about. Okay, so based on your answers, I was thinking opposite to my desire by thinking about all the... Yes, yes, Melanie. Yes, that's it. Yep. Hello, Moonflower. Money is spiritual because it is based on belief. Yep. The feeling of it. And here's the thing. You are money. You are the currency. The coin of heaven is the mind. We created money. Money is an idea held in mind. It's just a belief. Just like everything else we see is a belief. The feeling of it makes it easier to believe and imagine it. We give meaning to everything in our reality. Yep. And here's the thing, when people say, can you fly? You can fly in your mind. You know you can fly in your mind. I dream. How many of you dreamed of flying? Have you all dreamed that you were flying in your dreams, right? That's amazing that when we're talking about the laws of mind and how to create the reality you want to experience, people always go to that, oh, but can you fly? Not realizing, yes, I can fly. I can get on an airplane. I can get on an airplane. I can fly. Right? They always try to tell me, oh, can you fly? Yes, humans desire to fly, and so we created the airplane. Like, why do we always try to, like, do you believe in gravity? Because if gravity was really a thing, why does aerodynamics exist? How is it something so heavy, metal, is able to what? Transcend gravity? Where does aerodynamics come from? And I'm not going to say I know the ins and outs of aerodynamics. I haven't studied it. But, if they're saying that, the weight of something keeps it down, then how are airplanes able to go up in the air? We figured out aerodynamics, right? These tons and tons of metal can power itself up and zoom through the air. Like, if I want to go there, we can talk about quantum mechanics and the observer versus the observed, but he's not ready to go there. All right, Saturn, because go ahead. I'll let you have the floor with that, Saturn. Yeah, I'll let you have the floor. I'll let you have the floor. Break it down for us. Break it down. Lisa like, we ain't going there today. Not on my time. Lisa like, not today. I'm not having this today. But remember, sometimes you just want to drop gems for people. You want to be willing to plant seeds, right? And if they're in here, they want to hear what you have to say. And it's all about the delivery, right? And interesting point. If I accepted it, then I do believe it, because I don't say things I don't accept. Right. Exactly. Yeah, you wouldn't have the desire if it wasn't already done. Hello, Maya. It's okay, Maya. It is completely okay. That's my daughter's name, and I spell her name the exact same way. My daughter, one of my daughters' name is Maya. No. So now we're going to say that, today was right now I get to change how I think about persisting. And instead of, beating myself up about persisting, I'm going to go do something I actually enjoy doing. What is it that you do, Maya, that like brings you joy, like that you really don't mind doing? What is it? What's some activities, you can do to take you away from not seeing your desire, that will give you a different perspective and put you in a different mindset? Like, do you enjoy music? Have some favorite TV shows, a favorite movie, a really good book you like? Do you have a favorite restaurant, or do you have a favorite meal that you can, maybe a favorite drink? Like, do something that like really takes your mind off of not seeing your manifestation, because you already have it. You just don't see it. So it's already done. You just blinding yourself to its reality, and that's okay. That's okay, because we want to shift our perception and put our thoughts somewhere else, where we're not just always thinking about not having the desire, not seeing the desire, but just we can shift our reality to something else. What else can you put your mind on? Say how to manifest money. See yourself as already having everything you need. Oh, thank you, Imani. Thank you. I'm giving thanks for even launching the course. I'm having fun listening to the enemy. Yes, yes. And following the guidance. Absolutely. Say, I fly in my dreams all this. Yes, Saturn. Yes. I used to do it when I was younger. I haven't had any dreams flying recently since I've been on the path, but before, like especially in my 20s and 30s, I used to fly all the time in my dreams. And it's like I could feel myself lifting up and feeling even a little fearful in the dream when I used to lift up, and I would go into the clouds above the trees and be looking down and trying to bring myself back down while I'm in the dream and even feeling that nervousness in the dream. Dreams are something else. But we now realize that was just that was our astral body, another dimension we were experiencing, right? We now realize that was something that was taking place. It was just happening in another dimension. Yes, and about to fall. I was frightened. Yep, Nick. Yeah, say I fly every night if I want. Yes, Uncle Evo. Yes, yes. Say skydiving. Right. right. Say it's all about magnetics and electrics. Yeah, all you see in reality first started as a thought. Right, we fly in airplanes, hot air balloons. Yup, parachutes. I know, right? Hey, divine by nature. Yeah, reality is what you make it. All begins with you. Hey, Zay, good afternoon. I'm laughing at you, Lisa. Welcome back. Welcome back, Veronica. Hey, Veronica. Nice to see you again if you're still here. Welcome back. Dreams are funny. They are. But why wait to be happy? Right? Why would we wait to be happy? Why not be happy now? Why wait till sometime after you no longer are in this physical body to feel joy, peace, love, kindness, harmony, compassion, understanding? Hey, is that Yasi? Help, I practice LOA to the point that I sound crazy, delusional, but can't manifest him for 3 years. Have you been focusing on self, Yasi? Have you been focusing on self? Is that yes? Yes, yeah, look, yeah. I am on YouTube. Go to my YouTube. I post on YouTube as well. I may even decide to test out YouTube. I may decide to go on YouTube this week. I may just to see what it's like. All right, we should all go over to YouTube. Because actually before I started going live on TikTok, I would go live on YouTube. I did YouTube maybe once or twice. But yep, the link is in the bio. I have many. You can see my journey on YouTube. I think this will be my 3rd year on YouTube. In the beginning, I didn't post a whole lot. last year is probably the most I've posted on YouTube. But I want to start giving that some of my energy as well. Just like I give a lot of energy to TikTok, I'm going to start paying more attention to YouTube as well. you crying, let Saturn. Can you tell me, how do I stop my fears in my own mind that's holding me back? Love, dream woman. You gotta love it so much. You gotta be willing. You gotta be willing to die to old thoughts and beliefs. You gotta love it so much that you're willing to change it. That's love is the key. Love. You have to be like the moth to the flame, that's willing to let go of the old state and become one with the new state. You gotta love it so much that the thought of it just crowds out any other thought, that you can't think of anything else other than having all the sales that you can imagine. So many sales that you need to hire other people to help you with how vast and expansive your business has grown. But you gotta love it. Like, you gotta eat, drink. That's all you think about. And when you think about it, you're thinking about it from the point that it feels so good, like that your thoughts create these emotions of relief, of security, of knowing. It has to be a choice, though. See, love is what casts out fear. Love is trust. Love is patient, which it means it's perseverance. It's kind. It's generous. It's understanding. It remembers no wrongs. You're not looking at yesterday. You're not worried about what happened yesterday, what happened 2 months ago, what happened 3 months. No, there's no yesterday. There's only today. There's only now. You only have now. And so it's all about what you're doing now. Your current now is creating your future now. So what you're currently thinking in this moment is creating the next moment. So make this moment count. Make it great. Get in the state of the wish fulfilled. The state of the wish fulfilled is what? I have so many sales. My bank account is growing. My network is growing. Like, it is such a wonderful, wonderful feeling. Wonderful, wonderful emotions are welling up within me, and I am so thankful. I am so blessed. I am so appreciative. Give thanks now. Don't wait till you get the sales to give thanks. Give thanks for the sales now. So we want to wait to be happy about our manifestation. That's why the manifestation never comes, because you're waiting to be thankful. You're waiting to get it and then decide. That's when you'll be happy and thankful and appreciative and express gratitude. No, express gratitude now. Express appreciation now. Be happy now. Say, can you talk about the wonderful power of faith plus imagination? I think I just did when I was talking to Dream Woman Chief Najee. I think I kind of answered your request. You're cracking up, Lisa. Yes, it's focusing on self. It's like doing things that you enjoy, doing things, saying amazing things about yourself and believing it, accepting it, knowing that you are loved, knowing that you are peace, knowing that you are joy, knowing that you have great talents, knowing that you're a vibe, knowing that, the world is at your command, that it is here to support and to love you, that you do the things that you enjoy and not needing a reason to do them other than the fact that you enjoy doing it. That's it. That's it. That's focusing on you doing the things that you like. If you like going out to dinner, you don't have to wait to be asked to go out to dinner. If you want to go for lunch, you don't have to go with somebody to go to lunch. Just go to lunch. If you want to go to your favorite spot, you love the food, take yourself there. Enjoy it. Do things where by yourself, and you may meet someone, or you don't know what, but just don't do it for any other reason because you enjoy it. Same answer, dream woman. Love. Love, 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 love. Love, 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 love is the key. Love, 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 love. Love, love, love. So what is manifesting, Silver? Tell us. Tell us what manifesting is. That's what all love wants to know. I don't know if you answered her or not. Hello, babe, travel. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Yeah, I said I've manifested everything: job, car, living location, trips, but not my specific person. So what is your, Yesy, what is your perspective on relationships? Like, not judging it, not criticizing it, but what is your perspective when it comes to relationships? Do you think that an SP is hard to find? Do you think that's a difficult thing? Like, what is your true beliefs about SPs? Like really, and don't judge it. Don't criticize it. Don't condemn it. No guilt, no shame. Just, what do you really believe about SPs? Like, what do you really think about relationships? Like, be truthful, be honest. Like, do you really think that they're hard to get? Do you really think, you got to be a certain way? You got to be in a certain space. You got to change certain things about yourself. Do you, like, what do you really think about? Because I know I had to do a change of mindset when it came to relationships in order to manifest my husband. Because I'm on my second marriage. So I know my first marriage didn't work out because of past beliefs, a certain mindset I had. And I know this relationship is easy breezy, fresh and squeezy because I had a change of mindset, because I decided to think differently about relationships. But I had to do it. I had to change my concept. Magnetism is real. Our mind has electric energy. Yes. Manifesting the attention he clearly never got before. I'm so proud of him. Oh, you're funny, Lisa. What about SP affirmations? You affirm every day with your inner speech. What is your inner speech, Olivia? What is your inner speech? Because that is your affirmations. Your affirmation is your self-talk, that inner dialogue. What are you really saying about your SP? Because that's what you're affirming. What you're affirming, you're creating. It'd be the ones that were the most cynical that turn into the biggest believers. Neville said it. Yup, Saturn. Yup. Is that Ni Atukwe? Atakwe? Welcome. I missed it. Did Silver answer what he thought manifesting was? I must have missed it. Oh, okay. No, I didn't miss it. You said you're so close. Thank you, Zay. Yep. The immaterial thoughts are translated to material thoughts, the essence of manifesting. Exactly. Everything you see was first a thought. Somebody actually thought about the clothes that you're wearing. Somebody actually envisioned seeing a shirt, pants, shoes, socks. Somebody thought about those things before they became physical form, before they became something you could touch, something you could see, something you could experience physically. It was first a thought. That's what manifesting is. Thoughts become form. I guess I'm missing it because is he I see you all responding to him, but I don't see his yes, silver. Manifesting in your context is bringing something into reality from nothing. Exactly. But the nothing is something you can't see, right? Because a shirt is in your imagination before it's ever something you physically see. Is that not true? Can you agree with that? That someone had to first think about it before they sold it, or before they transformed cotton and polyester and rayon and all of those different types of materials we use to make clothes, leather, right? The process of making leather, the process of making rayon and polyester and cotton and cashmere and wool, right? Someone had to first think about it. That's all we're saying. Your thoughts become things, which is manifestation. It's not some woo-woo. It ain't woo-woo. It's something that actually happens every day in life. Somebody thinks about something, just like you had to think about what you typed before you typed it. I couldn't see it at first. Before you put it in my chat, that's something that came out of nothing. I couldn't see your thoughts. I only know what you're thinking because you're typing it in the box. What's a soul partner? I don't know. God's Bantu. No one said that you're not. So we're in agreement, Silver. You're exactly right. When we say when we're saying you can't see it, we're not saying it doesn't exist. Those are two different things. We're saying you can't physically see it. We're not saying it doesn't. Everything already exists. See, if you would stay here and listen to my lives, if you would not just come to one live, you will have to come to many of them. Go back, go to my YouTube and go or listen or go on my page and find out how I talk about manifesting. Of course, everything already exists. There's no such thing as non-existence. Exactly. We're using things that already exist for us. And we have a thought about, we want different types of clothing. We want different types of things to cover our bodies. So we came up with sandals. We came up with loafers. We came up with Oxfords. We came up with different types of heels. We came up with sarongs, and we came up with dresses, and we came up with coats and blazers and jackets and vests. But those things manifested. You couldn't see it because it was in somebody's mind. You didn't know what they were thinking until they maybe sketched it out first. They drew it out on their pad, or they painted it. And then it went from paper to reality. But guess what? It was real at first. It was real first in the mind. And then it became something you got to experience in your hand. But it was real in the mind before it ever became real in your physical, until it took on matter. Never dated until I met the one. I'm certain it's him. Chemistry, education, beliefs. Ooh, nice. We've even talked children. We both want a specific name for the baby. I'm manifesting him a baby. Okay. Again, but what do you believe about relationships? Not what do you believe about the SP? What do you believe about relationships specifically? Like, what is your concept? Like, do you think that it's supposed to take long, that it's supposed to be a lot of effort, a lot of push-pull, a lot of compromising, struggle, hard? Like, because if you think it's difficult, that's why it's taking 3 years, because you created the reality that it's supposed to be hard and it's supposed to take a long time. So that's why you're experiencing this length of time, because you created it. That's your core belief. So you're only experiencing what you already believe. Okay, you elaborate on the mindset shift and what changed. So the mindset shift And what changed? So are we talking about relationships, or you just talking about in general as far as mindset? Because our awareness is forever changing. We're always becoming more and more aware of things based on what we accept as true for ourselves. So expansion, or your awareness, is forever changing, which means it's forever growing. It's forever expanding. Hey, Pastor Jesse. Hey, Kingdom Transformation. Yes. We agree, Silver. I can use the word manifesting. So it's what's holding me back is me setting a timeline of when I'll be with him. Should I let go? Oh, my phone. I thought I charged this thing up. There we go. Ooh, I'm at 4%. Good thing I had my charger. We was gonna be out of there. It's amazing somebody don't like a word and tell you not to use it. The gall of people. Like, what? You're not using that word. How dare you use that word? You don't have a right to use that word. It says manifest. The first definition says clear or obvious to the eye or mind. I would have thought you would have looked that word up before you came in here trying to tell me not to use it. I would have thought you would know what the definition of manifest was before you came in my chat telling me I shouldn't use it. And they are proof people will appear to stop the manifesting, at least try to discourage it. But we manifest every day. You can't stop manifesting. It's something you do naturally. No, I don't believe in Jesus. I believe as Jesus. Thank you. Everything already exists. Matter is neither created nor destroyed. We observe the desire. Absolutely. Absolutely. Right. They're going to tell you not to use a word and don't even know its definition. I'm like, what? These are going to the unseen reality that gives is objectivity. I am all imagination. We're all imagination. It's just my imagination once again running away with me. It's literally running away with you. It's with you. I and my imagination are one. So that's the adjective. Let's look at what the verb is. Display or show a quality or feeling by one's acts or appearance. Demonstrate. So he would want us to use demonstration. We are demonstrating our beliefs. We are demonstrating them. Right. Be mindful of what's going on outside and inside of us. Right. Because what's going outside is what's going on inside. It's the inside that counts. Once you change the inside, the outside changes. Can you give me an example of how to view a relationship? So to view a relationship, this is how I view relationships. I view relationships from the premise that they're easy. They're non-confrontational. They're not manipulative or exercising control of another. It's all about love, ease, joy, flow, consistency. It's about me seeing in them what I already believe about me. I accept that I am love, I am kind, I am generous, I am understanding, I am compassionate. I'm not going to judge and not going to criticize or condemn, which means I'm not going to guilt you or shame you into being something other than who you are, other than the I am, right? And so this is a practice, this is a knowing, this is an acceptance, right? You have to be willing to see people as they truly are and not judge the state they may be expressing. When you feel within your mind that is not loving, that you're feeling is not kind, but the only reason it's not loving, it's not kind is because that's your perspective. If you would change your perspective, then it would show up as kind and as loving, because your relationship really is what you think about it. And that's the thing that a lot of us grapple with, that you really are experiencing what you think about life. How you're seeing your SP is what you're experiencing, how you're viewing them. So you're viewing them as, oh, they're confused, they just don't know. Oh, they're whatever you're saying within your mind about them, it's you saying it about them is reason why you're seeing it. If you would decide to say in your mind what you would like to see, you would see it. But a lot of us don't believe that. We believe that we're seeing them. No, you're seeing your concept of them, because they're just your imagination. They are literally a figment of your imagination. They are really thoughts in form. And the true test is to love people as they are, to see them as I am, to see their talent, but they're individualized. They're their own unique expression. So you're not trying to say, well, I like horror films, they should like horror films, or we just can't be together. I love to drink, they don't like to drink, so then there's no way we can be together. I love football, so they need to like football, and if they don't like football, then we don't need to be there. We're not creating clones. You need to, you have to be able to see people and love them as they show up, without needing them to be different for you to be happy. That they get to have their own individualized expression. And when you look at them, you look at them from the eyes of love. From the as the scripture says, eyes too pure to behold iniquity. That when you look at them, you're not seeing anything wrong with them. You're seeing their own unique, individualized expression that you can appreciate. Why? Because you appreciate your own individualized expression. And this is something we all need to contemplate and really think about. Would you want someone to date you or to marry you and don't like nothing about you? They want you to change everything about you. In order for you to be with them, you can't be you. You have to be the Frankenstein monster. They're Frankenstein and they're going to create a monster, and that's you. So they're going to change your body. They're going to change your hair. They're going to like, the only way you can be with them, you have to be a completely different person. And unfortunately, many people do that. Unfortunately, a lot of people change themselves to be with someone. But that's not love. What's loving about needing to create a monster in order to love them? No. Love sees the beauty in all things, just the way it is, without needing it to be different in order to appreciate it. Hey, A-Town. Hey, yes. Living in the End, millionaires. Yes. Good afternoon. Let's go. Yes. So imagine that we can't be together because we don't like this movie. Because you don't like this movie, right? Hey, Eva. So if he's losing feelings and he's emotionally unavailable, that's me. So I should change. Yep, that's it. That's it. That's it. That's it. That's it. Say, hey, idiot gamer. Say, woo, this is it. Hello, Becca. Say, boyfriend not making time for how can I fix this? First, we have to change our self-talk. We have all the time in the world for one another. Every moment is a blissful moment. It's really our thoughts, like I said, it's really our thoughts that we are creating. We're saying there's enough time, so guess what? We're too busy for one another. You created the reality of being too busy to be with one another. The simple answer is stop saying that they're not making time for you. It's really that simple. Stop saying that. Stop thinking that. Stop sharing that. Stop contemplating that. Yeah, the divine in me recognizes the divine in you. Yes, Haze, yes. That's why I love him. Since day one, I'm comfortable and don't change anything about myself with him. Yes, that's it. Hey, the alchemist, is everyone you pushed out like a dream of subconscious? Like a dream. Life is a dream. But that's what you have to stop saying, Becca. See, you're saying that he is doing all right because you don't believe he has time for you. So guess what? He's spending time with everyone but you. You have to change that and say, actually, he can't get enough of me. He adores me. We spend so much time together. It's everything I dreamed of and more. You have to create the reality before it becomes a reality. You have to create it in your imagination before you could ever experience it in your physical world. And you have to stop saying it because you keep creating it. You're making it true by giving your attention to it. Every time you say, he never has time for me, what do you think is going to happen? Every time you say that, what do you think is going to happen? Every time you say he never has time for me, what do you think is going to happen? I get it. You're letting the 3D rule. You've given power to the 3D. That's what's happening. You don't understand it's only happening because you're thinking it though. You're saying it's happening so I'm thinking it. No, it's happening because I'm thinking it. You were already having thoughts about him not being as attentive, him needing to change some things about him. You were already self-sabotaging this relationship way before he started making plans and being with other people. You were already thinking something. And now it expressed itself in him not having time for you. And now you're seeing him not having time for you, but you were already thinking a certain kind of way about this relationship. You already had misgivings about it. Because these things just don't happen. The cause is always mental. You was already thinking some stuff. And now it's just playing itself out. And now you're like, now you got something else to complain about. You were already complaining about this relationship, and now you got something else to complain about. So the something else to complain about is now he don't have time for you. He spent time with everybody but you. It's because you do believe yourself. You're just not persisting in it. Persistence is key. The moment you started saying he does was the moment the desire was fulfilled. You have to persist in it though. You can't talk about something you don't believe in, because believe just means to accept it. But you have to keep on accepting it. You have to keep on persisting in he does spend time with you. He can't get enough of you. Like someone said, he prioritizes you. He's making plans for you and him. Yep. So if I'm manifesting him, but deep down I don't trust him, is that what's not working either? Yeah, so you don't trust, right. See how when you do an assessment of your beliefs, things come up to show you what the true cause is? There's no trust. That's the root. The root cause is that you don't trust the relationship. So it's playing out in this way. When your SP temporarily leaves your site, is your opportunity to why are you trying to recreate your SP? What's wrong with the SP that you need to recreate them? Why are we seeing something that needs to be recreated in the SP? No, you need to change you. You need to change your concept. That's what you need to do. You need to learn how to accept your SP and love them just the way they are. You need to be able to see the beauty in them just the way they are. You need to be able to see them as loving and kind and generous and patient and you know, everything that you will want someone to think of you, think of the other person the same way. Just like you want someone to like your sense of humor, to love the way you communicate, to love your talents and gifts. Do the same for the other. So he was amazing. So what do you think changed? What brought about the change? Becca. Like, what were your thoughts? So when he was amazing, he was doing all of these things and life was wonderful, what were your thoughts about it? Were you thinking, is this really true? Is this really too good? Like, do he really feel this way about me? Does he really love me? Like, what, when he was showing you this great, wonderful person that you absolutely love, what were your true thoughts about it? Were you really receptive to it? Were you really enjoying it? Or were you questioning, like, I wonder if he really do love me. Is he really this good person? Were you questioning it? Because him not having time for you didn't just come out of nowhere. It didn't come out of left field. He's expressing this based on some thoughts, some of your beliefs. Remember, you wrote the script. He has no free will in your reality. He's playing out the role that you gave him. So you gave him the role of not having enough time for you, wanting to spend time with everyone else but you. You wrote that script and he's playing it out for you. Change the script. Here, my Bible open just happened to look at a verse that shows if we don't know who we truly are in the divine, we can't produce wonders. Oh, yes. Yes. He didn't want a commitment, or you didn't believe that you could have a commitment. The alchemist. Now you love you. Now you just need to learn how to love you. Yesy. So we keep giving power to the outside. We're giving power to the script when all we have to do is change it. The reason why you all broke up, the alchemist, it starts with you. It's your thoughts about the relationship that manifested itself. So guess what you get to do? You get to change it. You get to see it differently. You get to rewrite the script. You don't have to accept it. Oh, thank you, Scoop Boogie and Fudge. Oh, thank you, Uncle Evo. I used to think he loved me so much, and people around me reflected that he does now. Well, you keep saying he has no time for you. So what have your conversations? Have you all had a conversation about, you would like to spend more time? Are you imagining that you're spending more time? Instead of saying he has no time for you, are you imagining that you all are spending more time together? Like, are you really imagining that you're spending more time together? Hello, Case. They're trying to understand fully, but when they are screaming in your face, you are supposed to be okay with it and like how they act. Absolutely not. What you mean, like how they act, screaming in your face? Absolutely not. We're supposed to be creating a reality that there's nothing but love and mutual respect in our relationship. We're supposed to be creating a reality that there's only love and kindness and compassion and understanding in our relationship. Hello, greetings, beautiful. Hello, created by Fee. I get it, Kay. But here's the thing. This is why we find it difficult to accept that their reactions to us is not them but us. Because how can they show up differently when you have certain expectations about them? A lot of times we've been experiencing people before we understood the laws of mind, right? And the laws of mind says that it is my belief system that is playing out in my reality. And now you understand, and now you're aware that, oh, my belief system, I have certain beliefs when it comes to relationships. I believe that relationships are hard and difficult, and that you're going to have challenges. And so you don't get to say how the challenges appear, though. Your core belief is that they're hard and challenging and difficult. And so how the seed manifests, how it produces what you have sown, you don't get to say. You don't get to say what that looks like. But guess what you get to do, though? You get to change your core beliefs about relationships. You actually get to say, relationships aren't hard and difficult and challenging. Relationships actually are easy and nurturing and full of joy, and we have great communication and understanding of one another. When I look at relationships, I see that it's an ebb and flow, a give and take, that is generosity and understanding and forgiveness, which means I'm not going to hold their choices against them. It's unconditional, non-judgmental. Again, I'm not going to hold their choices against them. That they get to choose to live life, have the zest of life, but at the same time, loving their union with me, loving our experiences together. But what do you really think about relationships? Because that's what needs to be changed. Your thoughts about it, your beliefs about it. I had to change my beliefs about relationships. I used to think that I was unworthy. I used to think that I was undeserving of a good relationship. I used to think that all men were dogs, that they were liars, that they didn't really tell the truth. I used to think that way, and that used to be my experiences with them. Until I changed that, and I told myself I deserved a good man, and then a good man showed up. Before that, I was experiencing, quote unquote, the unwanted relationships all throughout my adulthood until, I met my current husband at the age of 44. Prior to that, my relationships with men, my first marriage, were not good relationships because of my self-concept, because what I believe and accepted true about relationships, based on what society says, based on what I saw in my family and my friends, and saw the difficulty and the trials and the challenges everyone was having with relationships. So that was my concept. And then I realized, if I don't want to have those experiences, I have to change what I believe. And this was way before I even came into the law of mind. I just had an innate realization and epiphany that, the only reason why I'm experiencing the type of relationships I'm experiencing is because the way I think about relationships. So my script is very sweet and positive, and that's how I see my partner, and they love it. Absolutely. I have reacted to their script, though. Sometimes we do, Zay. Sometimes we do. All we have to do is what? Revise, revise, revise. Hey, butterfly wings. Hello. Yep, changing the script is something I'm affirming comes with ease. Absolutely. Yes, he always says he'll change, and it repeats. The change starts with you. The change starts with you, Becca. The change starts with you. It's fun when I come to the place of realizing it's time to change the script. Yep. Right. No, it's not accepting abuse. No, it's not. Because when you love you, like we said, like attracts like, right? Everyone comes in to match your energy. When you love you, no one will be unloving towards you. When you love you, no one can be unloving towards you. Do we get that? When we know that we're worthy and deserving of the highest respect, the highest ideal of expression, when we truly get that, no one can come into your reality and mistreat you. Impossible. Oh, thank you. Hey, Holly. Thank you. Manifesting a positive life in relationships that are fulfilling. Absolutely. Say, what is he doing? Is he working to provide for you? Is that a question for me, Eyeglaze? Oh, you're talking to Becca. Okay. So once you truly accept the challenges, it becomes easier. Hey, light and love. Hello, my manifestation momentum. Yes. Say, how do you navigate family intervention? See them as not intervening. Who cares what family thinks? Really, none. What others think about you is none of your business. It's what you think about you. Stop giving power to things outside of you. Their thoughts about you is none of your business. Don't reject those thoughts. If family intervention is causing things to be disruptive in your life, it's because you're allowing them. You're accepting it. Reject it. Stop accepting a reality you do not want to experience, and you simply reject it by what? Stop giving it your attention. Stop talking about it. Stop saying that the family is intervening. Start saying that the family is supportive. My family supports my choices. Whatever those choices may be, my family is supportive of them. So why do some of us want to hold on to past trauma so badly? Why is it harder for some to let go? Because it's hard because it's a habit, habits, and we think habits are hard to break, but they're not. And some people like the attention they get from it. They get attention. They like the victim mentality. Some people just do. They enjoy the. You will be able to let go of the trauma though when you can truly forgive. That's when you are able to release the traumatic experiences, when you can truly forgive them. And you forgive them by loving yourself and not judging yourself from a negative perspective. You absolutely can, Desi. See yourself as already with them. Say, authentically Andy. Say, I used to say love is so damn hard to find all the time. I know when I was creating my reality. Yup. That's it. Yup. Yup. Hella toxic. I'm realizing that the forgiveness is possible because my boundaries actually keep me safe. Yes. Yup. So if someone you're dating is distant, you can just see them as married to you. That's it. Yep. And you have to believe it. And how do you believe it? You're going to bed married to them, right? You're going to bed knowing that who wouldn't want to be with you? Of course. You're the star in this production. You're the female lead, right? The female lead always gets the man. Or the male lead always gets the woman. Of course. Or the male lead always gets the male. Or the female lead always gets the female. Whatever your taste of choice is. Can we ignore SP until they show up the right way? Why would you want, what you mean by show up the right way? And why would you want to ignore them? Don't you want them to be in your reality? What do you mean ignore them? Can we persist in seeing them in a loving light and they show up that way? Absolutely. Can we persist in perceiving the SP showing up in a loving light? And why are they showing up in a loving light? Because you're showing up in a loving light. Here's the thing we have to understand. You can expect your world to change and you remain the same. I think that's what we're confused about. We think that the world is supposed to change and we're supposed to remain the same. It's not how it works. You can expect your world to change and you remain the same. You got to change you. Once you change you, then the world changes. We too busy trying to make the SP over instead of make ourselves different. There's no one to change but self. Stop trying to create other people differently. Just see them different. And then they'll be different. But what changed? It wasn't them that changed. It was you. You changed your perspective. You changed your concept. You changed your thoughts. Your thoughts changed. And so guess what? Your world had reflect that back to you. And your world is your SP. Your world are your children. Your world is your family. Your world is everyone playing their role in it. Everyone that you casted. Your boss, you casted them in that role. Your children, you casted them in that role. Your SP, you casted them in that role. You wrote the script of what a relationship should look like. And guess what? They said, I'll play that part for you. You think you want a difficult, you want a hard, you want somebody that's disloyal and dishonest, someone that's manipulative and controlling? I'll play that part for you. Oh, all right, Amanda. Yeah. Wow. Yes, beautiful. Wow. Yes. You can, you most certainly can, Desi. Are you seeing yourselves as already being together? Oh, thank you, Scoop. Main character. What does that mean? Why? Okay, so you said, why do people show up differently? I'm curious if our self-concept is the same. What do you mean if people show up differently? What does that mean? Because here's the thing. When you have a self-concept that says, life is hard, life is difficult, I'm unwanted, I'm unworthy, I don't trust anyone, people are dishonest, there are scammers, different people are going to fit that role and are going to show you exactly what you think about life. And how they show up, you don't get to say. So everyone in your world is going to play a specific part dependent on your beliefs. So one person may be the liar. They don't never tell the truth. Every time you talk to them, they're lying. Somebody else is going to be maybe has abusive language and controlling and manipulative. And then somebody else is going to come in your world and they're going to scam you and they're going to take stuff from you. And then somebody else is going to come in the world and they're going to do this, that, and the other. And then somebody else, all because you think your world is against you. You think this world is a cold, cruel world. And so guess what? You're creating all of these mechanisms, all of these different versions of that reality. And they're all coming up and showing up as people and circumstances and situations and events and occurrences, playing this script of the Nightmare on Elm Street. What's your last name? Whatever your last name is, the Nightmare on whatever street. You're creating a nightmare based on the script you wrote. And so you're having a nightmare. I always get what I want from my SP, and he always gets what he wants from me. Absolutely, eye glaze. Yes. I don't know. I mean, if we are in no contact, I haven't been reaching out. But do you want him to reach out to you though, right, Candy? You want him to reach out to you. So why would we have no? I don't understand the no contact. You mean no initiation from you? Because you want contact because you want him to be contacting you. Stop trying to figure out the how. The do nothing is you're already together, and how that manifests itself will be natural, and it won't be anything you need to do. But why would you not want the SP to be contacting you? You mean you don't want to initiate contact? Okay, you don't want to initiate the contact, right? Because you're not supposed to do anything to make it so. Why? Because it's already so. But of course you want the SP to be contacting you. That's the whole point of being in a relationship, is to have contact with the other person. Green crowned in purpose. You say you've done that? Yep, change yourself. Change your perspective of the person's situation. Absolutely. You must understand the subconscious mind simply performs what you give it to do. That's it. Yep, Desi. So now you got to change that. Now you have to change that. Where it's not someone else's negative energy, it's your negative energy that you have to change. Stop calling the energy negative. That's how you change it. Stop calling it negative. No one has power over you. No one. Not one being on this planet has power over you. You're giving it power. Stop giving it power. And the first thing to do is stop calling people negative. Stop saying that people have negative energy. Because here's the thing. Would you want someone to say that you had negative energy? That's the thing. If we start living by the golden rule, which says do unto others as we will have them do unto us, we wouldn't be having some of these problems we have. Because if we would just think differently about others, that would just change so much. If we stop seeing other people as negative, because would you want someone calling you negative? No, you wouldn't. You wouldn't want someone calling you low vibrational. You wouldn't want someone calling you toxic. You wouldn't want someone calling you an NPC. You wouldn't want someone calling you a vampire, draining your being, what is it, vampire drainers, whatever they call it. You wouldn't want anyone saying that about you. You wouldn't want someone calling you narcissistic. You wouldn't want somebody calling you an addict. You wouldn't want these things said about you. And we have to remember, they're just in a state. Stop labeling the state and just see them at their highest ideal. See them as God. See them as God having an experience. And stop judging them. And just love them anyway. We like, some people deserve love and some people just don't deserve love. Okay. That's the reality you're creating. So don't be surprised when you create the reality where you're not shown love just when you want it. Just when you want it. Just when you most need to be shown love, that's when you're not going to be shown it. Because you think some people don't deserve it. So you're creating a reality where some people, you don't deserve, because the some people is you. You're the some people. Just so we get an understanding. You're the some people. So you think some people don't deserve love, then you're going to experience not getting shown love. It's always what you give comes back, and you're forever giving in consciousness. So what you give comes back, pressed down, shaken together, and running over. Shall men give unto your bosoms? Yes. You not only assign other folks parts, you also assign yourself the role you will play. Yup, that's it. Yup. Yeah, if you don't change self-concept, each SP will show up with your negative beliefs. It's not them, it's us. Yep, that's it. They can sense your perceptions and can see the role you've set for them. Yep, stop doing things out of alignment. Just assume that you are having wonderful experiences with your person. That's it. Can we imagine just the wonderful experiences, y'all? I know. Imagine wonderful experiences. We're all human for sure. Perfection doesn't exist, and that's easy for me. And here's the thing. We're not human. We're spiritual, and we're having a human experience, but we're not human. We're spiritual, and we are perfect. We are all complete, whole, and we lack no good thing. We have everything we need right here, right now. And the only reason why you don't believe it is the reason why you don't see it. Stop saying you're not perfect. Be ye perfect as I am perfect, said the Lord of hosts. You're perfect. You're whole, complete, and you lack no good thing. You have all things good in abundance. Change your perspective of you, and then what you see changes. Change your perspective of you, and then what you see changes. Not true. Let's say I'm chosen. One person would show up to show me that another may not, and ghost me. Not impossible. Impossible. Every seed produces after its own kind. You're not planting no apple seeds and getting no orange trees. Sorry, not happening, dream woman. Absolutely not happening. The reason you're ghosted is because you don't believe you were chosen. That's the only reason. Both things ain't happening. You are not going to think one thing and get another. Impossible. That's not the law of mind. This is the law of identical harvest. What you sow is what you get back in return. Press down, shaking together. You're going to get it 30, 60, 100-fold. It always comes back more. The world is a magnified mirror.
I never said tolerate disrespect. If you have a strong self-concept, the person will have to reflect it. Yep. All right, Desi. All right. Yep. You can diffuse the negativity and still see the best in the person you want to create with. Yep. Oh, you're welcome, Kay. You're welcome. Yep, the sum of people. Everyone is you. That's what we mean. Everyone is you pushed out. Absolutely, Desi. It's almost hard to fathom good times with bad, but I know it is as it's really in the mindset. Yep, mindset. Yep. We are the creators. You are. We are the creators. Exactly. We create. Yes, Siobhan. Yes. Yeah. That's it. Happily married. Oh, that's all we've been talking about, Kat. How we live in the end. It's that inner conversation, that inner dialogue. It's you see yourself as already being it without needing it to see it physically. It's like, how do you talk about yourself now that you are that person? How do you talk about yourself? What do you think about? What do you dream about? What do you meditate on? Do you give evidence to the senses, or do you give the power to the imagined state? Because the choice is yours. You can give power to the 3D, the 5 senses, or you can give power to the imagined state. I said before, you good and evil, life and death. Choose life. The life is in the mind. The world is just it's the illusion. The world is the shadow. The world is the projection of thoughts. You thought it, and then you see it. And remember, what you're currently experiencing is old thoughts. There is old news, as Abraham Hicks would say. The current reality is old reality. Actually, the current reality is based on what you used to think. The old mind, the old man. Now, in this moment, you get to create your future moment. Your future now. Now you get to actualize the new state. But guess what? You can't allow the 5 senses that's showing you an old film, an old movie, to take the preeminence, right? It can't have the power anymore. You can't let the circumstances of the old state rule. And how do you do that? Stop reacting to it. Every time you react to the old film, the old movie, you're making it more powerful. You're giving it your energy, and so you're resurrecting it and you're giving it life. The way anything dies off in your world is from lack of attention, which means you can't talk about it. You can't complain about it. You can't, and when you think about it, you just say, oh, no, I used to think that way. I no longer think that way. You don't judge it. You don't, oh, that's wrong. I can't believe it. Oh, my goodness, I was triggered. Oh, my goodness, I went a downward spiral. No. Stop. Don't do that. No. Just say, oh, I used to think that way, and I don't think that way anymore. Oh, that's an old thought. We're not going to judge it. We're not going to say we were triggered. We're not going to say we were spiraling. We're not giving no energy to any of that. We're just going to say, oh, that's an old thought. I don't think that way anymore. That's it. Stop making easy difficult. Stop making easy difficult. It really is easy. Just stop making it difficult. Say, how do you ignore 3D and no movement? It's always movement, just because you can't see it. Do you see a film developing in a dark room? No. Do you see a baby growing in the womb? No. Do you see a seed taking root in the dirt? No. There's always movement. Always. Stop looking for the 3D for confirmation. Because everyone is your thoughts about people. You have certain thoughts about people. So somebody comes and shows you what you believe already to be true, Juanita. You already think certain things about people. You already have certain concepts of what the world looks like. You already have a belief system and you only see it in your world. You see your beliefs in your world. Yep. I said that no one, that's impossible, dream woman. It's impossible. There's no one person choosing you and the other person didn't. You're making the choice based on your self-concept. So everyone we come into encourage, yep, is a version of ourselves. Yep, is a version of your beliefs. All right, Zay. No, just because you just grow from that mindset. Yep, yep. Everyone you encounter. Yep. Yes, KB. Yep. Oh, no problem, Juanita. Yep, comes from the unseen. Yep. It's not about them. It's about you, dream woman. It's never about them. It's about you. Yep. Everything that appears in your reality came from you. You are the cause of it all. You're always the cause. There's nothing outside of you that will ever be the cause. It will always stem from you. You're the author and the finisher of your faith. You're the beginning and the end. You're the Alpha and the Omega. You're the first and the last. Change beliefs by affirming. Make some recorded affirmations and listen to them. Yes. You change your beliefs, KB, by deciding. It really just comes from deciding or choosing. Lux Vision says there's a difference. I don't know how big of a difference it is, but I like to use those words interchangeably. Deciding and choosing. You decide, you say what you want, and then you choose or decide different thoughts. And it becomes a practice, right? Every belief you have is a habit. Now you're just going to create a different habit. And how do you create a different habit? Through repetition. That's how you change your new beliefs. You change your thoughts because the beliefs are sum total of your thoughts. Your thoughts, you continually thought it. And so then it became an impression and it became a belief. But a lot of beliefs, if you really think about it, originated from you not even knowing, right? A lot of your beliefs came from the world, right? The world told you this is how life is. And then when you came onto this side and you decided to operate in love and no longer in fear, and then you realize everything the world told you was really the exact opposite. That you didn't have to distrust people. You didn't have to, life didn't have to be hard and a struggle. You get to choose your reality by choosing the thoughts that you think. You really do have the power within to change your world just by thinking different. And the only way you can prove this to yourself is what? You have to test it for yourself. You have to decide that you want to be different and then set about to change the way you believe about you. And that just means to start to love on yourself. See yourself as complete. See yourself as whole. See yourself as deserving and wanted and worthy of all things good. That this universe is here to support you in everything you decide. It has always supported you. The universe never judged you for what it brought to you. It only matched your energy. It only gave you what you believe you could have. Now you believe you can have things differently. Now you believe you don't have to accept life as it has been currently going, especially if you ain't feeling it no more, if you don't like it. Now you know I get to change it. I get to change it. But guys, I'm about to get up off of here. I'm about to get up off of here. I've been on here for a while. Oh, yes, 3 hours. We had our 3-hour tour. So I'm about to go, guys. I'm about to go. I really, 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 really enjoyed every one of you. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you for joining me on this 3-hour tour. And don't give yourself grace. Give yourself grace. The best way to change yourself is not to judge yourself. See yourself as the loving, kind being, generous, faithful, understanding, compassionate being that you are, and walk in it. We're going to let go of the past. The past doesn't exist. Those old beliefs of unworthiness, of being a sinner and being unwanted, we loosen that and we letting that go. And we're operating in love. We're just going to love on ourselves. We're just, we're going to be the elite beings that we are. It's VIP from now on. We deserve the best because we are the best. We are supreme beings. And we're just having this thing called human. Just having a human experience. We just get to experience physicality. We get to experience our creation. That's it. We ain't going to judge it. We don't like it. We just change it. We ain't got to call it negative. We ain't got to call it good. We ain't got to call it bad. We ain't got to call it wrong. We ain't got to call it right. We just, oh no, I don't like it. I'm going to change it. And that's it. Remember to live in the end. Live as the wish is already fulfilled. You already have that which you've asked for. So just live as though you already have it in your mind. Live it in your mind. And then you'll experience it in your world. And until then, guys, happy manifesting and see you later.